because I think kids get the wrong message when they see it. They think I've been doing it my whole life, and I don't believe in that. Once I got into the NBA and my second year in the league and pains from my body and not being able to eat and flying here and flying there, marijuana did become an aid. It helped a lot, bro. So.
All right, guys, Dr. Larry Sanders here. Someone taller than me. It doesn't happen often. 6'9", man.
Yes,
6'9". Yeah, it's only happened 3 times in 1,600 episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty tall, bro. I didn't
Not bad, right?
that.
For an Asian? Yeah. You haven't seen too many Asians taller than me.
Nah, not for real.
You ready for poker tonight or what?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, you've been studying up on the game?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it, baby. I might have to put some money on you.
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
You gamble a lot?
I don't gamble a lot, but I like to play cards.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You hooping a lot right now?
Not so much, but I did hoop this year. Hooped a little bit. Yeah.
How was it in Taiwan?
It was cool. It was smooth, bro. Taiwan was dope. Played in the DR for a little bit this summer. Ended up hurting my wrist. So I was gonna do some stuff with the big 3, but they actually just called me up a couple of days ago, but I couldn't. I'm still nursing this wrist, bro.
Damn,
yeah.
you broke it?
I sprained it.
Damn.
Yeah. Sometimes you wish you would have broke it because the sprain is like you don't have a cast and it's hard to heal. So
Yeah, sprain lingers, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Is that one of the worst injuries you've had?
I don't get injured a lot, bro. The most I've had is sprains. Sprain my ankle, sprain my wrist.
Damn.
That's it. No torn ACLs, no crazy stuff.
You do a lot of preventative stuff? Because that's
Yeah, I
impressive.
do. I stretch a lot. I'm real limber. So, I work on my stretch and my balance. It's something I do every day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. For playing as long as you have to not have a major injury. Yeah. That's like some Braun shit right there.
Thankful, bro.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Is ball the main focus, though? Or are you thinking about other ventures? Where are you at right now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been retired now for since I was 26. I'm about to be 37.
Damn.
So last year was the first year me playing overseas and since I've been retired. So I just been a serial entrepreneur since, man. Started an artist incubator, did some stuff in music with OVO, cut some records, bro. And just been fortunate enough to be in some good rooms, bro. Do my foundation stuff right now. I just came back from Grenada. I'm doing a camp for some kids, and I went to Egypt a few months ago as well. So globally, just trying to connect through basketball, but my message is mental health.
Yeah,
making sure these kids get the mental health resources they need, as well as the basketball attention.
Were you seeing kids in those countries struggle with mental health too?
For sure,
really,
1,000%.
So it's a worldwide issue.
They're more behind than we are. They're just catching up to the fact that they're actually dealing with mental health issues. The stigma is very high overseas.
Yeah.
We're more accepting over here in America, but they're dealing with it, and they're more accepting to holistic, resources and wellness. So it's dope.
Yeah. Do you see a lot of athletes struggle with mental health too?
For sure. I feel like every physical injury ultimately equates to a mental injury. That's how nerve endings, they kind of end up in your brain,
Right.
So if you're not treating a physical injury with some kind of mental therapy, you're usually going to be like, I hate to say it, but kind of like Derrick Rose, It's kind of tough for him to mentally get over things because there was no, I don't know how much attention was to the mental, it was a lot of physical attention, so.
That's great advice, man, because people don't even connect the 2 dots, right?
Mm-hmm.
They sprain an ankle and they don't associate that with a mental thing.
Right.
What about Ben Simmons too, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Like he was an all-star and then had some injuries. Now it seems like, because he's still the same athleticism, but.
Right. Yeah, Paul George, John Wall, you can go down the list.
Yeah.
It's tough. I think to gain confidence, get back in that same realm is mental. It's mental how they got there. They say the game is 90% mental, but sometimes it's not respected in that same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you find yourself when you were playing struggling with that?
I did, at times, and not so much on the court. On the court I was beasting. I think off the court, me getting into basketball so young, I didn't really have a support system. I didn't really have a stable base. So, I was like lunch meat. I was just there for like the wolves and the vultures, bro. And like I said, I was hooping on the court, but off the court it was like a whirlwind. So,
Damn.
I had to get a handle on that.
Wow, yeah, because you're living 2 lives, right? You got the basketball life. That's your main job, but then you have a whole life off the court.
Yeah, I mean, multiple lives. You got your family life, you got your basketball life, you have your career, you as an entity off the court, and how you're going to expand outside of the game. There's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
And at the time, marijuana was banned in the NBA, so I had a lot of back and forth with the NBA as far as, the future of the NBA, where it should go, marijuana use. And the debate always came back was like, if it's not federally legal, it's never going to be legal. And, we're always going to test for it. And that's not true. I knew it wasn't going to be true. And now it's not true.
Right.
It's not federally legal.
You paved
and
the
it's
way.
still legal in the NBA. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, it's still illegal?
It's still legal, not illegal.
Legal.
Yeah. Well, it's become legal. They don't test for it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I started smoking late. I was like 22. So I know about, your cognitive dissonance and your brain, your development. And I was big on that. And that's why I don't really promote smoking, because I think kids get the wrong message. When they see it, they think I've been doing it my whole life. And, and I don't believe in that. I believe in development. And, once I got into the NBA and my second year in the league and, pains from my body and not being able to eat and flying here and flying there, marijuana did become an aid. It helped a lot, bro. So, but until that point, I didn't even use it.
Damn, so you couldn't even eat, you said?
I mean, it's tough. You come in 3 a.m, you just flew on this plane, you get in late, you need to put something on your stomach, but then you need to sleep as well. But your time, just time difference. You're 3 hours behind. So in your mind, you feel like it's 11, but really it's 3 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and marijuana has a sedating factor to it that push you down. So I think a lot of guys use it for that. It allows them to get that rest. You're up, you're amped up.
Yep.
Just played in the game, bro. You bumping Dwight Howard and Joakim Noah for 40 minutes, and now I got to go slate out the rest. And, so it helped with that transition.
I bet. Yeah, traveling's tough on the body, man.
Mm-hmm.
I used to travel and then film, but now I have to travel the day before, dude.
Right.
It's too tough.
Yeah.
Like, by the time I land, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, bro, you need that time ahead. Yeah, recharge, refuel.
Yeah, that's why playing on the road's so tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to basically gas yourself on the way there, and then you're tired by the time the game starts.
Yeah, it's not always that break in between, Sometimes you jump right into it, which I hope they shorten the season, man, or, like, limit the games a little bit. I know that fans don't really like that so much, but, for the guys and their bodies, their mental, I think it just make a better quality basketball.
I mean, dude, 8 ACL tears this year. Crazy, right?
Crazy.
It's too many. And these are star players, so them not playing is hurting their revenue, I bet, their ticket sales.
1,000%.
Yeah. What do you think, 10-minute quarters?
I think the game it should be as long. I just think the amount of games, like
the amount of games.
Yeah, 82 is crazy.
Yeah.
Plus preseason, plus playoffs. I've lived that.
Yeah.
And preseason's no joke. Preseason, like getting yourself ready for preseason, is a strain on the body. So, that all plays a factor. I think we're seeing it play out in real time too.
Yeah. When you break it down like that, that's over 100 games a year you're playing, plus the practice and travel. That's a lot on the body.
A lot, bro.
Damn, that's nuts. Yeah. 82, you think it should be closer to 60 or?
Yeah, 60. I played in the lockout year. I think we had 62 games that year. It was a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. We started in like December, but we played like 3 games a week. It was crazy. We were trying to play catch up, but if done the right way, for sure.
You still follow the league pretty actively right now?
My friends,
Yeah.
friends and people I consider family and whatnot, but I'm just so busy that I don't get much TV time for it, bro.
It's changed a lot since you played, right? The style of play.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, people just 43s a game.
No, for sure. It changed a lot, but I mean, I ran into a GM from the Bucks a couple weeks ago, and he said to me, he was like, bro, you're like...
Shout out to today's sponsor, Quince. As the weather cools, I'm swapping in the pieces that actually gets the job done, that are warm, durable, and built to last. Quince delivers every time with wardrobe staples that'll carry you through the season. They have fall staples that you'll actually want to wear, like the 100% Mongolian cashmere for just $60. They also got classic fit denim and real leather and wool outerwear that looks sharp and holds up. By partnering directly with ethical factories and top artisans, Quince cuts out the middleman to deliver premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. They've really become a go-to across the board. You guys know how I love linen and how I've talked about it on previous episodes. I picked up some linen pants and they feel incredible. The quality is definitely noticeable compared to other brands. Layer up this fall with pieces that feel as good as they look. Go to quince.com/DSH for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. They're also available in Canada too.
6 years ahead of time. You know, your gameplay, your swag, you know, your approach to the game, what you do, you as an entity. Because when I came in the league, it wasn't really cool for guys to do anything except for play basketball. You know, the moment you drop a song or you're known for fashion, they're like, is your team winning? You know, if you're not winning, then we don't want to know about anything else that you're doing. Right. You know, shut up and dribble. You know, and that was really the stigma. You know, there was a dress code at the time when I was in the NBA. You couldn't really express yourself. You know, and that's me. Like, I'm very expressive when it comes to what I wear, and like, so it felt like a more of a cage at the time. And now, you know, there's a lot more freedom in the NBA, and it's a dope league. I wish I was 24 right now going into the NBA. I think I would have an easier career.
Now there's a lot of fashion in the NBA. They have guys recording them walking in now, right? And it's all about the fashion.
All about it. You know what I mean? I was like that off the court, but you couldn't really show up like that on the court. It was suits. You know, it was a dress code when I was in the NBA.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
When did they get rid of that?
After I left. For sure. For sure. Yeah.
How did Allen Iverson get away with it?
They started it after him.
Oh, after him. Okay.
You know, I think it was the Malice in the Palace that kind of enforced the dress code, and they kind of tightened up the league because there was a overall cloud over the NBA. You know.
Did the fan Heckling ever get to you ever? Them talking shit?
No, not really. I don't really hear fans for real, man.
Yeah. You're locked in.
I be locked in, bro.
Yeah, whenever I see Draymond like get in a fight, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, I guess, but some of them be saying wild stuff.
Nah, they do. But you know, they paying their money. Let them talk, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And you got to remember that. You know, like it's like an actor on the screen.
Right.
Like someone may hate your role, but it's just your role. I mean, in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know you personally, so you can't really take it personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think you got to remember that.
I mean, everyone likes a villain, right? Whether it's Dylan Brooks, Draymond, whatever.
Yeah.
It sells tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you big on talking on the court, though?
Oh, yeah, I'm a trash talker.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You like getting people's heads?
Oh, I mean, I'm not so much intentional about it, but it's just a part of my game. You know, once I get amped up.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I lead with respect. I'm not a disrespectful basketball player, but, I mean, it can go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I've had my KG moments and my, you know, I played against some guys.
Yeah. What's the craziest to talk got?
I mean, KG got kind of rowdy.
That's not surprising with him.
Yeah. I mean, I think really I gained a reputation in the NBA that, like, you know, even as a rookie, like I wasn't really one to be played with for real. Like, I'm not too proud of it, you know, because it took a lot of therapy and understanding. But yeah, I was kind of a crash out a little bit, so I had to, you know what I mean, and so it was more about just you know, being cool and playing the game, and you know, I kind of got that respect, so that was good.
I mean, back when you were playing, rookie hazing was a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah.
So I don't blame you. You kind of want to defend yourself a little bit.
Yeah. I had my versions of it. Yeah, Brandon Jennings, man.
Thanks for being open about therapy. I just started going myself.
Oh, good. Yeah, for sure.
I'm starting my second session next week.
Nah, dope, bro.
Yeah.
Proud of you, bro.
I'm glad that like we could talk about it now. Before it was so much shame, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
When I was growing up, you were growing up.
Yeah, for sure.
Even saying that when you were growing up probably like was shameful.
Right. Yeah, but I was fortunate, bro. My mom had me, you know, she was anti-medicine, so she had me see a therapist when I was like 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, bro. Like at the moment there was some acting out or like some behavior issues, you know, when like the whole community was putting everybody on drugs, you know, all the kids on drugs, she was like, nah, you know, what let's see an alternative. Let's see what therapy is. And
respect.
It was dope, bro. You know, I got dope perspective. It was a dude. You know, I grew up in the hood, so this was an old white dude taking me out to lunch, you know what I'm saying, talking to me about my feelings, so it gave me a whole another perspective on not only just therapy, but like on the white race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was foreign to me at the time, so it was dope.
That's valuable to get that perspective, right? Because a lot of people grow up in one perspective.
Nah, for sure, bro. And it's like they get handed a bunch of people who give them a negative experience, and it taints their image, you know, of the overall culture, you know what I mean? And like I see that all the time because that's what that's given to them. And fortunately, I was given like a different example, And then, he became like a father figure, bro. So it's like, someone like that investing in me and giving me that father energy, and I'm a little black boy, you know what I mean? It's like, shows that there's really no separation, bro. You know what I mean? People just create it. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I agree, man.
Let's all go blind and see how separate we really are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Skin color, right?
Yeah, bro. Just find something to say we're different. You know what I mean? So I learned that at an early age, and my dad was super. My dad went through so much, with racism, but he's so anti-racist. Like, he would not let me or let anybody spew any hatred, and he just had a very understanding and forgiving heart. And I think that's the most important thing, is just finding understanding and forgiveness. Because we all going through some shit, bro.
Bro, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Forgiveness is so important to me.
Facts, bro.
My father, he didn't forgive certain people in his life, and I saw it eat at his health.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, let me forgive everyone, even if they like really screwed me over, scammed me or whatever.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not gonna live with that resentment.
For real.
It's not worth it.
You already hurt me once, bro. You're not gonna continue to hurt me for the rest of my life. Every time I think about you, like, I got you.
But there's people living with that resentment, and it's just deteriorating their health.
Because I feel like sometimes people feel like if they let go of the resentment, then they're letting the person off the hook.
Right.
It's like your resentment isn't punishing them; it's punishing you.
Yep.
They're gonna get what's coming to them. You know what I'm saying?
Karma.
So it's like sometimes we feel like if we forgive them, we let them off the hook. But no, you're choosing not to drink the poison anymore.
Yep. I'm forgiving them for me,
Right.
For my health.
1,000%,
You got to
bro.
reshift the narrative.
Selfish, yeah,
dude. Yeah, because I know everyone has their enemies or whatever, but it's not worth it.
Right.
What's the next move for you though? What are you focused on this year? Music?
Well, I'm heavy into my camps, my youth camps, just giving back. My purpose is in people, bro. Like, I have a huge passion for people, especially kids. And like I said before, like, I didn't have that support system. So I want to make sure I can build that, show the importance of it, and create that for kids, around the world. Some kind of support system and stability and community, so that they go into these situations and go into life feeling supported, bro. Like, it's huge.
Love it.
It's huge, man, and also teaching financial literacy, business development, personal development. I just dropped my ebook. It's on my website, and it's the student athlete edition.
Nice.
So it's directly for student athletes, and it's a 3-week course, something to do every day. And it starts with personal development, telling your story, knowing who you are, making sure all your socials add up, and tell the same message, branding, and then business development, from marketing, networking, how to network, you know what I mean, what questions to ask, and then financial literacy, stocks, bonds, cryptocurrency. There's some AI in there. So just things to make them think and develop. Kids are getting money early now, man. They're getting NIL deals and whatnot. So, if they just register through my website, they can get the ebook for free.
Nice.
And I want to, that just goes under my umbrella of how I want to, leave my stamp on the world, bro, for real.
Appreciate that. We'll link that in the video for sure.
Nah, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man, and good luck tonight.
Nah, you the man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Check them out,
sir.
guys. Peace. Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.